been injured. He's been out being a movie star, major commentator, all these crazy Renaissance man things that he's been doing. But he has not coached. How long has it been?
It's like 14 years.
You're the fucking first.
Been a
He's
minute.
doing this as a personal favor to me. Pick his brain though, because this guy's a fucking genius with this shit. So I'm so blessed to have you. Guys, Frank the Legend Shamrock. Let's give him a round of applause.
All right. So I'm going to start by telling you some stories, because it'll relax your brain and get you ready for what we're about to do. So the first story is fighting is really hard and really dangerous and kind of scary. So if you can take that stuff out of it, then it becomes fun and interesting and a silly thing you do with your friends. So one of the biggest things I took from this creation of these arts was finding the joy, finding the game, finding the thing that we could do that was super important, but wasn't as scary and as damaging and as painful or whatever it was. And so I'll teach you some of those games today, because they're games you take with you. We can't play them all today. It won't do anything for you. But having the knowledge about the game will explode your mind, because then you can take the game and tweak it for your need. If you want to be a leg attacker, whatever your game is, you can enhance it by playing the game more. And we'll play 2 games today, because they're my 2 favorite games. And then anything else you guys want me to teach, I will teach you. But as Jake said, here's the downside. My knowledge is 14 years old, because that's the last time that I really sat down and studied all of this stuff. So I can tell you the human body hasn't changed in 100,000 or plus years. So everything should still work, and everything should still be fundamentally and biomechanically as strong as you possibly can make your human body. And that should be the goal when you're applying these. Angles are great, everything's great, but it's maximizing your own human body to put energy into the hold or the move or whatever it is you're deciding to do. So you hear me talk a lot about breathing. Breath is life, breath is movement. You don't have any power without breath. So if you want to go somewhere, it looks like this. Because if you don't, you're not functioning that efficiently. So you'll hear some weird, crazy breathing. I'll make kind of weird, crazy breathing sounds. I'll remind you to keep breathing. They're all things you do for your brain, because you want your brain not to think about this other stuff. You want your brain to go move, 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 apply, move, apply, angle, move. You just want it to flow. And if any of the other stuff's in the way, you won't have the flow going. You'll have other things. Oh, I'm nervous. Oh, my legs. Oh, this. Oh, that. So the goal is to get rid of all that stuff. Congrats on your belt. Where'd you go? Bro, congrats on your belt. That is freaking amazing. Kayla, absolutely amazing. And here's the most amazing part. I never received 1 belt in my entire journey of 16 years. Because I was a professional fighter, I was not a martial artist. So any belt that was ever given to me, I never earned it, except for the championship ones. I have multiple black belts. I never did one technique. I don't know what the black belts are for or what style it was. It's just that I was the baddest dude on the planet, and they were like, bro, we're going to give you this out of respect. But I've never earned it. And that earning and that process, mine are all championship belts. That's just how my journey went. But that process of putting in the work, doing the thing, waking up early, going to bed, like whatever it needs, that's the real value in that journey. And man, that was super powerful, brother. So anyways, I want to tell you that, because everyone's always, what is your belt? I got no belts. I literally have no belts, because I never earned one. But I won a bunch of championship belts. And I won championship belts by picking your guys' brains and using your bodies, mostly without your permission or you even understanding what I'm doing. But I needed to know the information, so I went around and I found it. And 2 of my that I'm most famous for were beating Kevin Jackson in the UFC in 14 seconds, which I got a Guinness World Record for. The high school kids taught me that. It was wrestling with high school kids. Because I don't know how to wrestle. I never studied wrestling until I had to fight Kevin Jackson. Then I started studying wrestling for real, because he was the baddest wrestler on the planet. Prior to that, I had no idea what wrestling was really about. The stance, the structures, the movements, the positions. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? I didn't know. This young kid taught it to me. I was like, what? Oh, okay. He just showed me the basics, the mechanics, the stuff you'd normally learn in the first couple of classes of wrestling, that you would drill and drill and drill and drill until you got comfortable and they became part of your flow. The second one was also taught to me by a high school wrestler in Dallas, Texas, because the other second famous fight was when I fought Igor Zinoviev, and I stovepiped him and damn near killed him. Yeah, it was really sad. I thought the sport was over. But He survived, never to fight again, but he survived. And I learned that move about 4 weeks before by another high school wrestler in Dallas, Texas. We had a wrestling match like this. I went to grab his head. He literally lifted me up and stovepiped me to the point where I had to crawl in the corner and rest for 3 hours. I couldn't move. He just traumatized my whole body. And I'm like, what happened? I don't understand what he did. So I asked him, I go, well, what did you do? He goes, well, you can never grab the head like that. You can never stand up and grab the head and wrestle. No, you're going to get tossed. And I go, oh, that makes perfect sense. Igor Zinoviev always grabbed the head. Igor Zinoviev, that was his style. Punch, 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 close the distance, grab the head. Close it up, and he had good judo. So this kid, 17 years old, probably never knew his name, but he did whip my ass, showed me this technique because my mind was in a position to learn. That's all it was. And I got hurt. So I was like, wow, that shit really works. My goal with Igor was to slam him, hurt him enough, like I was, laying in the corner, that I can get around and choke him. Or that I can get around and put him in a lock, right? Because he was arguably my equivalent from another universe. Like he was the other baddest dude on the planet. So think differently, even when you're learning stuff. Angles, tweaks, this, that, all of our bodies are different. None of us have the exact same machine, so the machines will work differently. The mechanics will always be the same. That doesn't change. But there's strengths in this body, there's strengths in this body, in length, height, width. There's all these different strengths that you can bring to play, especially if you have really good core mechanics. And that's what I'm all about, is core mechanics. So everything I teach you is going to be super simple, super easy. You probably know it. You probably know versions of it. You probably have extensions of it in and throughout the stuff, which is great. The most important thing for me are the games, concepts, and then the understanding of what's at risk. And let's talk about legs. Legs are a great game to play. But if you blow your knee out, your career's over. You're done. So that's a very high-risk game you're going to get into. The other problem with legs, it's a 50-50 game. If you got a leg, I got a leg. Now, we're both risking our knees or our ankles or whatever. So it's the mindset. Do I want to take a 50-50 chance over here? Do I want to go down this route in this game? Or is there another game I like better that might make me feel a little more comfortable? Is there another, whatever that game is? So having the knowledge gets rid of that fear. Gets rid of that, I don't really know what's going to happen. If you know what's going to happen, and you know the position it happens from, and you know the odds of it happening, then you got a decision to make. And if you played the game, it's a fun decision. You're like, fuck it, let's roll. If you have it, you're like, oh, he's got my leg. So let's start with the legs, and you don't have to do anything but sit there, and I'll show you the most important position that we're all supposed to be getting to. Because it's really hard. How many guys have broken a human leg before?
Does my own count?
Yeah, sure, that counts. Raise your hand. Okay? It takes quite a bit of effort, especially the bigger the joint, the bigger the bone. It takes quite a bit of effort to break a leg. I've broken quite a few legs. It takes a lot of physical effort. And so your technique, your mechanics, all that stuff's got to be tight, because when you're fighting for real, I'm not going to give up unless you are literally going to break my leg. I will not give up unless I know, yeah, my leg is going to break now. And then I'll be like, okay, you got me. Until that point happens, I'm never giving up. Why would you ever give up, right? A little pain, that happens. A little discomfort, that happens. But breaking a leg takes a bit of work, unless you play the game. Okay, so here's where here's where you are absolutely the strongest in all of your physical structure to attack a leg. And it's really on your side, and it's this position. And I was taught here, 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 and I was taught all these different positions. But when you really get down to it and you really want to break the biggest bone in the human body, you need all of your body involved. And so this one position is where my game always ends. Because the second I'm here and I have control, I'm breaking your leg. And the other guy's going, well, I can't let him get there because he's going to break my leg. Out of this one core position, not only do you have the strength to apply and break a leg, but you also have the strength to apply enough pressure and pain to where they will move and move positions for you. So you don't have to do a bunch of work. If your position is not solid and not strong, you'll apply, it'll hurt, but that guy's going to be like, yeah, but it's not going to break. So I'll just stay in the game, right? What do I have to worry about? So this is the core position that I'm always trying to get to. It's heels in, knees together. This thing is a clamp. This thing is a bar. And then this is the power source. And it doesn't work here. Look. Oh, that's the end of it. That's the end of it. But here I can go 15, 20 more inches of extension through my hips in power. And if you leave a bone in here, it'll literally snap off. It'll pop, and then it'll really, really hurt. So when we talk about the leg game, my job is to get to here or here. But this is our core base. So when we play the leg game, it's pretty simple. Can I borrow your leg?
Sure.
You got good legs? How are your legs looking? Okay. So here's the leg game. Because this is the fundamental of what's happening. If I get to that position first, I have all the power. If he gets to that position first, he has all the power. At which point he can break my leg. So the game becomes who can get to said position first. That's the real game. So whoever gets there can then do the moves. If you do the move before you're there, nothing's gonna happen. You'll just twist his foot around, it'll hurt a little bit, and he'll look at your structure and go, it's not gonna break my leg with that stupid structure. Might hurt it a little bit. So the game is, shake hands. We're just trying to get to here. That's literally it. But the problem is every time I do it, he's gonna do this and stop me from doing that because he knows the game. He doesn't want me doing that. And I'm gonna go, whoa, what are you doing? And I'm gonna scoot out a little bit. And I'm gonna make this so that it's all about whoever gets to the position first. That's all the game is. If you play this game, you'll never be scared of leg locks, and you'll leg lock the shit out of everybody. Because they all get here and they go, ha, the foot, ha! And they forget about the structure. So game is super fun to play. You can modify the game like, hey, let's start here, fucker. Yeah, how's that feel? Right? You can shorten the game. Well, how about this one? How are you going to play with that? All of it is to end in the exact same position, do the exact same holds that break the legs. So we're going to play the game, but very lightly, because I want what Pat was saying about doing offense and defense at the same time. This is a 50-50 game. If I stop doing offense and defense at any point, I might fall behind on the numbers. Right? So I'm always attacking and defending, attacking, defending, attacking, defending, getting the position and making my attack or making my structure. So let's light play the game. Yeah, I'll take this leg. This one's actually better leg. This one doesn't have any knee tendons. All right, we shake hands, and then we're just trying to get to that position. Go ahead. No, stop. No. Right?
Yeah.
So we don't need to go further because I won the game. So if I want to apply holds to the position, that's my prerogative or whatever. When you're playing, you don't need to. It's just dangerous. The truth is we can do all that stuff in slow-mo, and we can do all the flows out of that position, and we can find out where we want to break that leg and where the energies are without putting all that pressure into it. The pressure's in the position, not in the attack itself. Okay, let's try again. So we can shorten the game? Okay, you shorten me.
Here.
Yeah, and hold this one. Oh yeah, that's fun. This is one of my favorites. The Sambo guys used to get me like this all the time. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
I'm gonna push this foot down, you know. I'm gonna bring this leg over.
Okay.
No, I'm lying. Oh, fucker! Fucker! Okay, so more silly game stuff. Shortening it makes it hard, but it lightens my power. I don't have full power now. I got one short. So I know even if I get this position, I don't have 100%. I might not break it. If this comes out, pretty certain I will. So shortening the game sometimes makes it complicated, but you can get the funner moves. These are all that Sambo stuff on the outside happens out here, and all these angles and this type of stuff happens out on this edge. But the second I can get to real leg position, then I've got a solid game. Yeah, here, will shorten me.
Sure.
Look, I'm short. Okay, go. Right? It's small. It's not a big movement. It's just who can get to leg position, who can get to the game. Because once you're there, squeeze the shit out of it, and you're in a position to do work. So let's play the game a little bit and have a little fun with it. Let me show you the James Brown. So if he shortens me, I'm sorry, take my leg and shorten me here. So if he shortens me on this one, and you don't like the leg game, we do the James Brown. We move into the next position because he shortened it, not me. He just made this little short thing for me to hop over. It's not hard to get over, but I don't want to play the game. And you make it short, I can change it and change the rules. When you're getting attacked, it's really about making sure your joints don't break as you defend the position, as you attack. So it's a constant thing. I'm attacking, I'm defending. I'm attacking, I'm defending. Where's his position? Where's mine? I don't know. The game makes it super simple. So we're going to play the game and just have a little fun with it. Let's go like 30, 40%. We don't need to rip on each other. You don't need to put holds on. You don't need to do anything, but be the first guy in position. And that position, once again, is here. And the power is... That'll break every leg. All right? So when you find yourself a partner, it's easiest if you find somebody about your own size, about your own mechanics, because then your game is going to be about equal in length and structure. Yeah?